So Friede is finally back, and one of the first things he will do after returning is challenge Roy to a battle, which is crazy enough on its own, but it's made even more insane by the fact that the future of the Rising Bolt Tacklers depends on the outcome of this battle, since Friede says in the preview that he will disband the team again if Roy loses. Seems kind of sudden and harsh, right? Now, it's unclear why Friede will decide to do this, especially when he wasn't even there when the Rising Bolt Tacklers disbanded the first time. My guess is that this will be a test. When the team was officially reformed, Liko and friends took command, with Roy even assuming control of the helm, which makes him feel like the new leader. This makes sense when you consider that he reminded Orla of Friede. He even temporarily inherited Captain Pikachu and showed up post-time skip with a jacket that resembles the one Friede had. So I think this will be a battle where the old guard will see if the new guard has what it takes to carry on the mantle. The new leader will have to prove himself to the former leader. Roy will have to show that he is worthy of leading the Rising Bolt Tacklers and that this new version of the team, the version led by Liko and friends, has the right to bear the name Rising Bolt Tacklers, that they are worthy of and deserve to call themselves the Rising Bolt Tacklers. This is an interesting and refreshing approach, since unlike Murdoch and the others, who immediately relinquished the leadership and chose instead to ask Liko and friends to let them join their Rising Bolt Tacklers, Friede will decide instead that he will only join them and allow them to continue bearing the name he came up with and leading the team he created if they can prove to him, via Roy, that they are strong and capable enough now to carry such a responsibility. Now, one of the things that came to mind when I saw the title of this episode a couple of weeks ago is that Friede might Mega Evolve Charizard. This is something I've had in the back of my mind for months, ever since Mega Voltage began. After all, we are in the Legend CA era, so Mega Evolution will continue to be relevant for a while, and Horizons will continue to showcase it whenever possible. Having Friede return with a Mega Charizard would be a perfect way to do this, hence why I firmly believed that this was going to happen, though I only mentioned it in one preview discussion. Fast forward to episode 121, and it turns out that I was right. Friede did get access to Mega Evolution, just not with Charizard like I expected, but with a Starmie instead. Now, this doesn't necessarily mean he can't still have a Mega Charizard. After all, it's not stated anywhere that a trainer can only have one Pokemon capable of Mega Evolution. I mean, just look at Ult. He has Mega Sableye and Mega Dragonite, so Friede can totally have both Mega Charizard and Mega Starmie. However, the odds that he will Mega Evolve Charizard are slimmer now because of Starmie. Can it still happen? Absolutely, but it's not as likely as it was before. I was even prepared to say that Mega Charizard C, which hasn't been confirmed but is of course very likely to happen, will debut in Horizons with Friede. This can still happen in the future, yes, but will it happen in episode 122? Probably not, though again, it's still possible. Now, as always, whenever there's a battle, we must address the question of who will win. Well, prior to the time skip, I would have said Friede hands down. He was undoubtedly stronger than Roy back then. Now, however, I'm not so sure. After all, we have no clue what Friede did in the year and the change since his disappearance, apart from going to space, of course. So we don't know if he is stronger now, and if he is stronger, by how much. Roy, on the other hand, spent a year training and most of Mega Voltage facing tough opponents. He even trained at the Blueberry Academy, and he now has Skeledirge, not Crocalor. Therefore, I would say that the gap in strength between him and Friede is smaller now. Throw in the fact that Charizard and Skeledirge are both fully evolved Fire-type Pokémon, meaning that neither has an advantage over the other, and it's safe to say that we are in for a pretty even battle. Roy does have one massive advantage, however. The stakes favor him. Assuming Friede is serious, which let's face it, is kind of a coin flip, Roy cannot lose because there is just no way that the Rising Bolt Tacklers will actually be disbanded again. So unless we get a draw which might be enough to satisfy Friede, or the battle is called off before it reaches a clear outcome because Friede has seen enough to make a fair judgment, Roy will win. Though if Friede does happen to have access to Mega Charizard, then Roy might be in a bit of trouble, aka his victory is not as likely. And since Friede is not a monster, he might not disband the team even if Roy loses, provided he does his best, of course, which I'm sure he will. This should be enough to prove himself. So honestly, I cannot call this one definitively, especially since even if we don't know how much stronger Friede is now, he is certainly still very strong, right? And thus, he is quite capable of defeating Roy. However, while I don't know for sure who will win, the poll favors Friede thus far. Also, near the end of the preview, Skeledirge is seen using what appears to be Torch Song, his signature move, so it appears that he will learn it during this battle, which is great, especially since, unlike Hatterene and Goldengo, he did not learn a new move when he evolved. Finally, in this episode, Friede will, presumably before the battle, share what he learned about Laquium from his research into it. While the preview doesn't show or hint at what he will reveal, he does say that he discovered the secrets of Laquium, meaning that what he uncovered was undoubtedly significant. The preview also shows that he got what appears to be a sample of Laquium, which he might use to prove his findings, or it could allow them to learn even more. But yeah, it goes without saying that this will be an exciting episode. This is a battle that I think we have all been waiting for, mostly because Fuecoco always idolized Charizard, and now he will finally get to battle it. He will witness firsthand what the one he admires so much is capable of and how close he is to said level. And fittingly, he will do so now that he is fully evolved and thus capable of putting up a good fight. Even putting Skeledirge and the Charizard aside though, seeing Friede and Roy facing off is thrilling enough on its own. After all, it's basically a battle of mentor versus student. A kind of battle that almost always tends to be compelling, emotional, and exhilarating. And this will be true regardless of who wins. Though of course we won't know for sure what will happen until the episode airs on December 19. Once it does, I will of course review it eventually, so please stay tuned for that. Also, please do let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Are you excited for this episode? Who will win? And do you think Friede has or will get Mega Charizard? If you enjoyed this video and want to see more like it, feel free to click the links on screen. And if you'd like to support the channel and help me keep making content like this, you can find all the ways to do so in the description and in the pinned comment. Whether it's through a small donation or just watching and sharing, every bit of support means the world to me. Thank you so very much for watching, and let's meet again in the next video.